And the first one, if I want to find the domain of the function, the domain means all values we can find. Actually, we can find any value. Actually, you can find any value except the zeros of the denominator. So we put, instead of x squared minus 2x minus 15, we equate it by 0. We write the denominator is equal to 0. Okay. Then we are going to factorize. It will be x and x. Then two numbers, their product minus 15 and their sum is minus 2. It's negative 5 and plus 3 equals what? 0. Then we have two solutions. We have two zeros. X minus 5 equals 0. So x equals 5 and x plus 3 equals 0. Then x equals what? Minus 3. Then the domain equals our difference 5 and the minus 3. Our difference 5 and minus 3. Why 5 and minus 3? Because 5 and minus 3 make the denominator 0. Okay, this is the domain. And what is the domain of the second one? The domain of the second one, just write 2x plus 1 greater than or equal to 0. Why is that? Because we can find the square root of a positive value. Any positive value. We can find the square root of any 0. But we couldn't find the square root of the negative. We couldn't find the square root of the negative value. So in this case, we will just write 2x plus 1 is more than or equal to 0. Then we'll move 1 to the next side, then 2x greater than or equal to minus 1 divided by 2 divided by 2. Then x greater than or equal to minus half. Okay? I want to write the interval. So x greater than or equal to minus half, it's minus half here. Greater than, we will take this direction. So the domain is negative half and the positive infinity. What is the difference between the two domains? In the first one, we have our difference. So we have restrictions. It's 5 and minus 3. We have exceptions, 5 and minus 3. But we can find any value. In the second one, we have the values we can find from negative half to positive infinity. They are the values we can find from negative half to positive infinity. Did you get it, all of you?
Tamam.
Try now this one. I want to find the domain of f of x equals the cubic root of x minus 3. Try in your copy book and raise a hand when you know. If you know, just raise your hand. Find the domain of the function. The domain again means all values we can find. This is the domain.
هتكون قاري يا مستر؟
So the domain in this case, I'm asking about the values we can find. So easily, take it easy. If I have a value like 1, f of 1, we can find the value of 1. Because cubic root of 1 minus 3, it's the cubic root of minus 2. And we can find the cubic root of any negative value. So the cubic root of any positive value and the cubic root of any negative value and the cubic root of 0, we can find all of them. We don't have any restrictions. We don't have any exceptions. We can find any value. So in this case, what are the values we can find? Yes, the values we can find is all real values. This is the domain. Okay. Let's try this one. f of x equals 5 plus 2x over x squared plus x plus 1. What I want to find? I want to find the domain. What is the domain again? It means all values of x we can find. ايه هي الفاليوز اللي ممكن نحسبها؟ What are the values we can find? Try it. Try it in your cupbook. Okay. احمد تمام. احنا بنحكي النهارده احمد على الدومين. الدومين اللي هو means all values we can find. All values we can find in the function.
ده الدرس الكام بس؟
ده lesson 1 in algebra.
Okay.
طيب
تبقى phi ولا
phi. So phi means we couldn't find any value. Just raise a hand before speaking. شاهد.
هي هتكون اور برضه لأن أي رقم هينفع.
Yes, great, lovely, because we can find any any value of x. Like what? If I have f of 1, f of 2, f of 3, we don't have any restrictions. We don't have any zeros in the denominator. So in this case, we will just put x squared plus x plus 1 equal to 0. Okay? X squared plus x plus 1 equal to 0. Then try to factorize. Actually, we couldn't factorize it. X squared plus x plus 1 cannot be factorized. So in this case, we couldn't make this expression as 0. There is no value makes this expression equal to 0. ولا أي value تخلي ده بزيرو خالص. يعني كده أنا I don't have any problem ولا عندي ولا أي مشكلة. يعني أي value ماشي, we can find it. So in this case, what is the domain? The domain is R. This is the domain. Okay. Try this one. f of x equals 5 over square root of x minus 4. Raise a hand when you know. If you know the answer, raise a hand. What is the domain? What are the values we can find? يا أحمد عشان أنت أخرت معانا شوية. لو أنا عندي f of x square root of any stuff أي حاجة هنا. ممكن نحسب السكوير روت بتاع البوزيتيف عادي ما فيهوش مشكله. ممكن نحسب السكوير روت بتاع زيرو عادي ما فيهوش مشكله. لكن السكوير روت اوف نيجاتيف فاليو مش هينفع. يعني لو انا بتكلم عن السكوير روت لازم يكون بوزيتيف اند زيرو.
تبقى open for و
ريز هاند محمد فور سبيكينج. اوكي محمد. محمد عاطف.
نعم.
اوكي what is the domain?
تبقى open for و positive infinity.
Why did you say for opened? ليه for
ما ينفعش
opened?
اقول ما ينفعش تبقى 5 على 0 بس.
Great, because for, you know, in this case, just I want to focus on numerator. Top, let's say top and the square root of bottom. You know, if we have a square root down, we couldn't find the square root of 0 because any number written up over 0 is undefined. So if we have top any numerator, I don't care about it, we can find the square root of positive only. So in this case, x minus 4, this expression لازم يكون greater than 0 بس, not equal to 0. Must be greater than 0. So x minus 4 must be greater than 0. So move -4 to the next side. So x greater than 4. X is greater than 4. So x is greater than 4. It will be 4 opened and positive infinity. This is the domain. So I want to summarize it before the end of the session. الحصة هتخلص هبعت لكم لينك تاني. بعد ما تخلص الحصة هبعت لكم لينك تاني. بس هلخص اللي أنا قلته من تاني. والحصة دي مش هتكون مسجلة كلها. يعني أنا هسجل اللي أنا هشرحه دلوقتي حالا. ماشي؟